So you've mastered the ability to grow healthy plants and you're able to keep algae at bay in your planted aquarium, but things are still looking, well, a little bit bland. Hi, my name is Logan with Team Buce Plant, and today we've got 5 tips for you for a more professional looking aquascape. Now, before we dive into this list of pro tips, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for lots more cool content like this. Now, without further ado, let's get started with 5 pro tips for a more professional looking aquascape. Pro tip number 1, keep the foreground shallow. When you're laying down the substrate for your planted aquarium, it's not uncommon to have several inches of substrate in the very front. A pro tip that you can incorporate is to keep this section as uncomfortably shallow as possible. So whether you're working with UNS contra soil or a cosmetic sand, it's a good idea to leave just enough substrate for the plants to anchor themselves. Now here's an additional pro tip that's gonna make this work. Let's say you're working with UNS contra soil and you're planting a carpeting plant. You could actually plant that carpeting plant a couple inches back from the front of the tank and leave the soil in the front extra shallow, and as the plants grow in, they'll sort of creep their way to the front and fill that in, because it can be a little bit difficult planting in substrate that is, say, a ½ inch deep. So the thinner you can keep that layer of cosmetic sand or soil in your tank, the more impactful your scape will look, and you'll give the midground and background a larger presence in your tank. When selecting a cosmetic sand, be sure to check out the Buce Plant website. We offer a variety of different shades and colors and grain sizes that'll be sure to give your tank a very natural look. Pro tip number 2, details are vital. When you're first getting into the aquascaping hobby, you're really focused on growing healthy plants and fighting off or keeping algae away from your tank. So it's a major victory to just be able to have a clean, healthy tank that has some design to it. But as you advance and you do more and more aquascapes, you're gonna be seeking to make your scapes look more impactful and dynamic. And an excellent way to achieve this is by paying very close attention to your hardscape details. By adding small detailed stones or pieces of wood during the hardscaping process, you help establish scale in your tank and you make things look more impactful and dynamic. So if you're working with a stone-only tank, you can create this sense of forced perspective and sort of fake that you have a much larger scale than you do by adding teeny tiny little detail stones around your main stones. This will give things a very natural look and make those medium and large stones look even bigger than they actually are. Be sure to place these details in an almost random-like manner so that things look very natural and not contrived and man-made. Pro tip number 3, plant stems in dense bunches. It's a common misconception in the aquascaping hobby that plants need to be spaced apart to get enough light. While it is true that as plants grow out densely, the lower sections will get less light and may die off, modern day LED lights like the Twin Star S-Line help prevent this, and regular trimming helps prevent this. So it's really important that you plant your stem plants as dense as you possibly can on day 1, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna grow out in a really bushy, mature look. You never want your aquascape looking sparse and leggy. However, if you're able to plant really densely, you can trim very frequently, and every time you trim a stem, you get 2 more stems. So you have this sort of dense forest-like look that will contribute to an aquascape that looks really, really dynamic and mature almost from the get-go. Tip number 4, avoid monocultures. While a traditional one plant species Iwagumi layout remains as one of the most awesome types of aquascapes to try, you can really spice things up by planting mixed species in each section of your tank. For example, if you're creating a foreground carpet in your tank, try it using 2 or more species like Eliocarus pusilla and Monte Carlo. These will ultimately mix together to provide a really interesting, natural looking meadow vibe. While it's okay to occasionally plant a single species in each section of your tank, it's not a bad idea to mix things up to add more dynamics to your tank and take the eye on a little bit of a journey. You can apply this same technique in the midground and background of your tank as well. If you're using stems in the back, why not mix some Rotala atra in a forest of Rotala green? This will provide some intrigue and make your tank look much more natural and less contrived. Pro tip number 5, learn to light your tank for photos. In today's day and age, most of us are sharing our aquariums via photography on the internet and social media. And that's why it's really important to learn how to light your tank to create high impact photos. Now, here are some tips for doing this effectively. Use a very high quality LED light. This will ensure that all sections of your tank are illuminated, and you'll be able to play with the dimness as well as the angle of the light to cast interesting shadows and expose different sections accordingly. Conversely, why not try playing with ambient light? Wait for golden hour to light your tank, or wait for rays of sunshine to come through the glass of a sliding door and hit your tank just right. This can create a really interesting, almost mystical look that really draws the eye and will catch the attention of somebody on a social feed. If you're serious about tank photography, it's not a bad idea to invest in some supplemental lighting that photographers and videographers use that are going to help make your tank really pop. And finally, learn and master how to dial the settings in on your camera, whether that's a phone or an expensive mirrorless camera. Learn exactly how to master exposure, aperture, and shutter speed to make your tank look the very best. We have an entire Buce blog article on buceplant.com outlining how to take excellent pictures for the planted aquarium. So if you want to dive a little bit deeper into that topic, go ahead and check out that blog post. So these are all of the tips we have for you today, but we'd love to hear from you as always. Let us know down below in the comment what your pro tip is for taking a great planted aquarium to the next level and adding that professional element to it. As always, if you like this type of content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've got so much more cool stuff coming. This has been Logan with Team Buce Plant. Now get out there and create something beautiful.